Hotline Miami was developed by Denton Games and published by Devolver Digital. It was originally released October 23, 2012, and it's available for PC, Mac, Linux, PS3, and PS Vita. It can be purchased through Steam. Hotline Miami is a retro-style, top-down beat-em-up game that fans of games like Grand Theft Auto, Vice City might enjoy. The aesthetic was influenced by the 2011 movie Drive, which featured 80s-like music and artwork, as well as hyper-realistic violence. However, Hotline Miami's story lacks a similar depth or level of maturity. The game has an appealing soundtrack with elements of it seeming very reminiscent of 80s movie scores. So it's a game that does well aesthetically, but it doesn't do well mechanically. There are no video settings, and it doesn't have proper aspect ratio for a widescreen monitor. I played it in 1080p on a PC. It has many visual effects that might have seemed like a cool idea to add atmosphere, but they turned out to be rather annoying, such as buzzing flies or flickering lights dominating every scene. One of the few spots where it shines technically is with its Alienware mode setting, a very cool addition for laptops that can take advantage of it. There were some fun mechanics such as using doors to knock people over, but there were also more battling ones like literally sticking your gun through a wall and shooting people on the other side, which combined with the blood splatter and bodies and dogs flying through walls seems like it might be a glitch. In fact, there's an option in the menu to turn off surfaces to prevent getting stuck. This seems like a workaround for issues that the developer was unable to solve. The game consisted of a couple of dozen short chapters with repetitive introductions and little Hitman humor thrown in. The only variety comes in levels set up for use of multiple tactics. Gunfire generally draws too much attention to be worth it unless you're packing enough heat to take on a horde. Stealth, creativity, and apparently ripping out throats was rewarded, but not as much as combos that resulted from just raging with a melee weapon when I became frustrated at the inconsistency in the AI's reactions that prevented spotting patterns and developing a good stealth tactic. It would be hard to say if it was intentional unpredictability to shake up gameplay styles, or just the result of really poor programming. The fancy finishing moves sometimes got in the way, like when I hit someone with a door and then find myself locked into doing a finishing move that ends up being a bit of an issue for rapidly advancing through the level. And the lethal doors ability sure would have been more useful if it didn't occasionally allow the door to just swing right through an enemy. The style of gameplay that generally seems to work best is madly running in circles, swinging a bat at everything. As death is quick and brutal and AI are unpredictable, getting through some sections felt more like a matter of luck and less like a tactical triumph. Gameplay-wise, Hotline Miami is an okay, generic game with a rather underdeveloped rescue and revenge story. This game seems to be popular because of a fun soundtrack, fast-paced brutality, and a retro aesthetic that is resonating with gamers right now. It was frankly difficult to finish not because of any gameplay elements, but because it just kept crashing and throwing weird errors. A better game in a similar vein, and also to be published by Devolver Digital, might be the Chaos Engine, so keep a lookout for that one. Overall verdict, I for immature. Immature story, design, and game programming. This is a game that has a lot of room for improvement, and I don't have much hope for the sequel given all the issues that were left unfixed in this one.